Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Fitness with Bama Mobs. Today is April 27th, 2025. We are in the great state of Alabama, currently getting in our walk at the old airport, which means it's not open no more and there's no planes that's going to land on me. As always, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications bell, all is much appreciated. This is video 701 in my YouTube career. Again, I appreciate you if you hit that like button down below. But I've enjoyed making these videos, or I do enjoy making these videos. It's not like I'm going to quit. Gives me something to do, helps me catalog my fitness routine, and hopefully provide y'all some entertainment. So what we're doing today, like I said, it's April 27th. It's basically May here in Alabama. Still not oppressively hot yet. Not even hot. I mean, it's like low 70s. Upper 70s, low 80s. The humidity of the summer has not hit yet. So it's been an excellent opportunity to get out. This is my first day with shirt off. So my first day with shirt off, start getting the tan going on for the summertime. For those who have not been watching the video, in the middle of March, started the workout program, 30 Days Out, that was designed by Craig Capurso about 15 years ago. As you've heard in my previous videos, you can go to Skimble, Skimble, on the Google, Skimble. It's a internet site that has several workout routines. And you can probably just type in the search box, Skimble 30 Days Out, and you'll be able to find the routine. It's basically cardio and heavy volume training with a variation of set and reps throughout the entire training program, but that's the whole video, so that's about all I can give to you here. But yeah, go check it out. So this is week 5 of me really be intensely back into working out. I have stopped weighing myself because I did gain some weight through the weightlifting, but my inches around the waist have decreased. Well, I should say have decreased somewhat. That's one thing about Bama Mobs. You will get integrity on this channel. So maybe my waist has decreased half an inch, maybe. But my overall strength has increased. Cardio, feeling better with that, walking more briskly like I was last summer, if you look at all my videos. And you've heard this term in the past, muscle memory. I'm a big believer in that. Once you reach a certain level of fitness, it's pretty easy to get back to that. And when I say easy, yeah, if you're going from 0, in about 2 to 3 months, you might be 75% there. Just because of that base that you built. And I'm feeling that right now. Each time I go walking, it's like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk a 10K a day like I did last year. But already I'm feeling it. Moving like brisker. And yeah, I enjoy it. Now today's video, I'm just going to focus on challenges of fitness. What are the challenges for you to get out here and get fit? Well, I'll say number one, and the biggest one, is carving out, allotting the time to devote to fitness. And I'm going number one pretty deep. The other challenges of fitness may be pretty short. But number one, I think, is the biggest one. How am I going to carve out the time? I'm married. I got 3 kids. I work 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. I got weekends off. I'm going to go do something with my buddies on Saturdays. Or heck, I don't have enough money to hire a lawn man, so I am the lawn man. I'm gonna have to do all that. Does that count for exercise? Well, yeah, cutting the grass does, but we'll get to that. So I get it. I understand. And the only answer I can give you is we'll have to sit down, just like if you're sitting down for a checkbook trying to do a budget. We got to budget your time. So first thing, this is first thing, just like the thing I'm holding in my hand right now. This is a cell phone, man. This cell phone can get to you. And like I said before, you get full integrity on Bama Mops. There's no editing on this channel, no fancy graphics, but you do get the truth. At one point, I think I was 6 hours. Man, how do you average 6 hours of screen time a day, man? Yeah, that was me. Now, I could sort of argue that a lot of it is planning out creating videos, but a lot of it's not. You get into that death scroll, man, you might wake up 2 hours later, you're like, what happened? Shouldn't I have read a book or went and worked out? Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, yeah, you got to work. But you're going to have to carve out some time for fitness or you're not going to be working very long. So there's two options. A, get up earlier. B, as soon as you get off work, go and work out. I've done both. I want to talk to those right now. When I was 30, 31, when I got off work, which I lived an hour away from my house, so I get off of work right at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I would drive to this very old airport. And back then, I was running 5K and 10Ks. So I would come here to the airport, and I was like on time. I'd be here at 5:30, no later than 6, and I would run for 1 hour. That was it. So I knew I was going to run for 1 hour. Of course, when I started, it was just like 30 minutes, but I knew an hour was the max time I could allot, and I varied the intensities of my runs. Walk, run, sprint, walk, jog the whole thing. You get my drift. And then another point in my career, and let me give you some background here. I was in the Army at one point, so getting up at various different times of the day, awkward times of the day, you know, that doesn't really faze me. I just know it's part of the program, it's what you got to do. So when I was doing mornings, that's when I was into swimming. I would get up at 4:30. I would be at the natatorium, swimming pool, at 5 in the morning, and then I would swim basically a mile. And then after that, I would go to work, and then when I come home, I'm home. And that was it. So that was two phases of my life. One was swimming, and the other was running. And it was just two different spectrums of the day. And that is really what you're going to have to do. And you got to figure out what is best for you, what's going to feel the best. Can you get up early in the morning? Can you squeeze it in at the very end of the day? Now, another option is this, for you that have a 1 hour lunch. Now, this is a little bit more tedious. A little bit more logistics goes into this, such as, you got to have 2 pairs of clothes, shower material, access to a shower. You got to be on the street running within about 10 minutes. I really don't think you can get a weight workout in that period of time because of the time it takes to warm up for the workout. But yeah, if you can do a noon workout, more power to you. I've seen people do 5Ks like that. But they're in a different stage of development because they can knock out a 5K in 30 minutes or less. So if you're not to that level, still probably best getting up early in the morning or going right after work. Another part of this challenge of the time allotment, TV, that kills any type of program of anything. The great Stephen King, the author, he said the biggest killer to his creative ability was television. Even the great Stephen King, who just pumps out a novel a month, had trouble, just like you and me. We're not alone in this. So again, number one is a big one. You have to carve out a lot of time for the workout. The second biggest challenge, nutrition. And that is tough for anybody. Even me, who knows all this stuff. I know the facts, the micros, the macros, protein per gram, pound per gram of protein, carbs per pound of body weight. You can go into so many nuances of nutrition, it will make your head spin. So this is Bama Mob's little piece, golden nugget here. Yeah, don't get caught up in all that. All these gurus on YouTube trying to sell you something. Random advice. Well, I'm giving you just basic health education that you had in the 8th grade or high school, wherever they stick that in the curriculum now. Remember health? And they talk about a little bit of nutrition, y'all get into other like weird stuff, and people start looking weird at each other in the room. Anyway, I won't get into that. But for me, what works for me. So we go to the supermarket. There are some key items that I am buying when I make a hard shift back towards fitness. This is what I buy. Lettuce, turnip or collard greens, broccoli, a lot of broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. I've learned there's several ways to dress up Brussels sprouts in my evolution of nutrition. Chicken, white chicken, preferably I get the pre-cut chicken fingers, not battered, not something you're going to fry, but always grilled. Olive oil, fruits. Depending on which guru you look at, that's up to debate. Yeah, all fruits have sugar in it, obviously. But yeah, strawberries are excellent fruit. Cantaloupe, loaded with vitamins and minerals. And then what I call my go-to, my filler, the filler that helps me out, and it's not celery, watermelon. You can eat all the watermelon that you want. It is excellent for when you're craving at night, craving before a workout, craving after a workout, just because you want to eat something, because that urge still hits your brain every once in a while. Yeah, grab some watermelon. Now, breadstuffs. Yeah, I would say definitely agree with that. Eliminate all that from your diet. I didn't say eliminate all carbs, because you need to replace those with a lot of high quality vegetables. Tomatoes, rutabagas. If it's a vegetable, eat it. It really don't matter. So you got to make that big change. And that's a challenge. And yeah, money, grocery bill might be a little bit higher. I would say $20. Now, if you're buying some exotic vegetables, maybe 40. But for me, it's worth it. And if you look at your diet, if you really write down what you're eating every day, are you stopping at Burger King, getting a Whopper? Are you going to Freddy's, getting the ice cream custard? Are you going to Applebee's, having the grilled chicken with vegetables, which may be okay, but still maybe more calories than what you need to be putting in. And more importantly, those are dollars you can be applying to your grocery bill. So apply those dollars to your grocery bill, and don't apply those dollars to Mickey D's. It's just not a good look, man. I mean, just don't do it. So that's 2 big challenges right there. Carve out time. And number 2, nutrition. Number 3, the next big challenge, family. You're married, you got a girlfriend, you got a dog, you got commitments. Cat lovers, yeah, you might have a cat. Now, if you live in Texas, you might have lions and antelopes in your backyard, but again, that's another video. So what am I going to say about this? You have to incorporate your family into the program. Just like if you're an alcoholic, because basically you are, except food is your problem, or laziness, which, again, integrity on this channel, I've been a victim of both. You got to go to your significant other, wife, husband, and say, hey, look, I'm starting this program. I want to carve out this time per day. What we've been eating, I just can't do that anymore. I need to make small changes, nothing drastic. And I just need your support in doing this, because it's going to make me healthier. It's going to give me a better attitude, and I will be a better person to you. And that is very important. Family has to be incorporated into the program. And I had to do that. I had like 3 kids at one point. I still got 3 kids, but they was all in the house, running around. Wife get a little bit stressed. Then occasional explosions on me, which is okay. I can absorb it. But yeah, you got to incorporate that. A while ago, when I was talking to you about carving out time for your workout, yeah, when I was swimming and coming up here to the track, I already had a kid, and she would bring the kid up here when I was running. Yeah, those are some good days, man. I need to look back and savor those. All right, so that's 3 challenges. And I want to end this up with the 4th challenge, which is sort of obscure, vacuous, a nebulous word. Motivation. Enthusiasm. Or just basically wanting to do it in the first place. And that is the big one. And you have to figure out your why. Why do I want to do this? So, I guess I'll go ahead and spill my heart out to you first. With me, vanity and practicality. Yeah, am I in search of the 6-pack abs? Genetically, I know it's not going to happen. Realistically, I think I can get to a 4-pack. That's number 1. Number 2 for me is when I got out of the Army at a very young age. I think at that point I was weighing 158 to 160 pounds. Had an excellent build. And yeah, vanity, I would like to get back to that. I know what you're asking. Gosh, Molly, man. Bama Moms, man. What is going on? You're like huge. Okay, currently I weigh 210 all-purpose pounds. Last summer I got down to 208. And we'll just see how it goes this summer. No one's perfect. But you can keep moving, motivate yourself, and have some basic goals. So that's the vanity part. Practicality. Yeah, once you're past age 50, as myself is, yeah, you start thinking about, gosh, man, how much longer am I going to be around? I just had somebody pass away in my class, my high school class, about a month ago. I think about 4 or 5 have passed away, somewhere in that realm. So you look at yourself and say, I've got to adjust this program, or I might not be able to walk. That's right. Those are the real things. Besides vanity is practicality. Can I walk? Can I get outside and play with the grandchildren? Am I going to have knee surgery? All things solved by just losing weight. How do I decrease my risk of stroke and heart attack? Lose weight. Now, I could get off into a whole debate on pharmaceuticals, but A, I'm not a doctor. B, that's not the intent of this channel, but we will address it on another video. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's went a little bit long. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, we're out here at the old airport in the great state of North Alabama. Alabama's a little bit weird, guys. Our lawmakers, I don't know how we keep electing them. But again, another video, guys. I'm just upset that we don't have a paper lottery. Yeah, I mean, I just love that. I mean, just like every 2 weeks, go down to the gas station, buy a single lottery ticket for one draw, and that would be perfect. But in Alabama, you can't do that. They have to attach all this stuff to it, and nothing ever gets passed. But that's due to the ineptitude of our lawmakers. Probably not even ineptitude, but easily swayed by campaign contributions that are hid between layers and layers of LLCs, and they will gladly take the money to stay elected. What's worse in Alabama is I say only 20 to 40% of the population votes. What's really sad, there's a large part of the population that doesn't understand that by being a born United States citizen, they can vote. That's what's really scary. All right, guys, I want to wrap it up. This is video 701. We're going to keep making the videos, keep y'all entertained. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and I want to keep on walking.